Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a local police officer on leave, a use of force investigation underway. We're getting a look at new video from that incident.
And a man accused of killing his father appears in court. Why he says he did it to protect himself and his family.
And honoring a beloved firefighter who was hit and killed on his way home from a Halloween event. More ahead tonight on what happened and how Salem's remembering a hero.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Brent Harden. A Naugatuck police officer is now on leave as the state police investigate his use of force during an arrest earlier this month. Now the department is releasing the name of that officer and video from the incident.
Luckily, nobody was hurt, but we do want to warn you the video could be disturbing to watch. Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc takes us through it.
Shut it off! Shut the thing off or die!
Two agencies are now investigating this incident from October 14th. There's a criminal investigation into the officer's actions and an internal affairs investigation.
Taser, one down.
Naugatuck police say on that Saturday, officers were responding to a shoplifting call at the Naugatuck Stop and Shop, where they say 33-year-old Gerald Day of Waterbury attempted to steal more than $200 worth of beer.
During the course of that theft, it was escalated to a robbery charge due to the fact that there was an altercation between store staff and the suspect in question.
What happens next can be seen from the dashboard and body cameras of two Naugatuck police officers. One of them, Officer Nicholas Quijas, a 13-year veteran of the department, now on paid administrative leave. In the video, you can see Officer Quijas attempting to stop the suspects in the car when they drove off, hitting two police cruisers. Eventually, it crashes into a utility pole down the street. Then Officer Quijas can be seen using his taser on Day at least 3 times.
On your stomach now! On your stomach! How many
Police say no injuries were reported during the arrest, but after the incident, supervisors referred the case to the state's attorney's office. That office then directed state police to look into it.
My main intent here today is to be transparent with the community, to maintain confidence and trust that our officers are out there doing what they need to do.
The Naugatuck Police Department also notified the Greater Waterbury NAACP of the investigation into the use of force, having conversations with them and other stakeholders about what happened here.
I live in Waterbury, so hard videos is what we see. I think what's difficult is when we don't talk. I think what is phenomenal here is that they self-reported, they reached out to us, and we responded immediately.
We're also learning Officer Quijas used force back in 2020, firing his service weapon at least 3 times at a suspect, but never actually hitting them. The Inspector General looked into that case and found that his actions were justified. As we mentioned, the Connecticut State Police is looking into this incident, and they tell us that is active and ongoing. We are in Naugatuck. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Hartford police are investigating a suspicious death tonight. Police say a woman's body was found inside an apartment on Mather Street this morning. They believe the woman has been dead for several days. The medical examiner is now investigating to determine cause of death.
Well, new tonight, an Essex man charged with killing his father claims he did it to protect himself and other family members. 18-year-old
Matthew Craig went before a judge today in Middletown. Our Fox 61's Matt Karen was there and has the details on this unusual case.
Yeah, and Matthew Craig is facing some very serious charges, including first-degree manslaughter and risk of injury to a child. But that doesn't really tell the whole story here. As you dig deeper into the facts of this case, it gets a lot more complicated. Matthew Craig of Essex is just 18 years old. The prosecutor recommended he be locked up and held on $250,000 bond after stabbing his father to death. But the judge reduced that bond to just $50,000.
Hey, buddy, take a deep breath.
You're not going to jail.
Take a deep breath.
Fox 61 obtained Craig's arrest warrant, which details how Saturday night, Craig's father, who was 36, trespassed into his girlfriend's home at about 10 p.m. where Craig was staying with his girlfriend. A verbal altercation escalated into a physical one. Craig's father eventually saying, "I'm going to kill all three of you," as his father moved his hands toward his girlfriend's neck. That's when Craig pulled out the knife in his pocket and stabbed his dad in the back multiple times.
I understand the court's reluctance given the charges. However, the facts are the facts, and got to take them as they are in front of us.
The facts of the case also state that after Craig stabbed his dad, he was the one who called 911.
He has a very, very strong defense of others in his actions. The fact that he called the police, the fact that he tried performing CPR on his father, the fact that he gave first aid, including putting pressure on the wounds, the fact that he was trying to save his dad's life after this horrible thing happened.
Documents show Craig's father, who is also named Matthew Craig, had a history of domestic violence and mental health issues and was reportedly not taking his prescribed medication for bipolar disorder and schizophrenia at the time of the incident.
His mother's willing to have him at home. His mother's going to make sure that he gets into the therapy that he needs. This is a grieving young man on everything else that's going on.
Craig's family left the courthouse in tears without speaking to the media before going back in a short time later to bail him out. As part of the terms for his release, Craig will have to live with his mother, wear a GPS ankle monitoring device, and be on 24/7 house arrest, only able to leave for medical, legal, and counseling appointments. Reporting outside Middletown Superior Court, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Matt. New here at 6:30, police in 2 communities are investigating reports of signs supporting Israel being stolen or vandalized. Weston police say one sign was reported stolen from someone's lawn. 2 others were vandalized. And in Westport, a sign at the intersection of Colleytown and Lyons Plains Road was also found vandalized. Anyone with information on any of these incidents should call police. And in Old Lyme, police are investigating reports of political signs vandalized over the weekend. Police say 4 Republican billboards in the area of Halls Road were spray painted with swastikas, foul language, and symbols. 2 Democratic signs and 1 Republican sign in the area of Miami Beach and Smith Neck Roads were also vandalized. The Old Lyme Democrats and Republicans have released statements, both condemning this behavior. Turning to the weather now, wet and chilly start to the week. Felt very Monday out there, didn't it?
It felt very fall Monday out there, as a matter of fact. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frame joining us now. Rachel, we've left the warm weather behind for the year, haven't we?
Someone's hit the switch and we're just going the other way. Yeah, we're not going to see any more 80s in the forecast. It is a pretty fair assessment to say that at this point. And temperatures will get progressively cooler as we head towards the middle of the week. We could even see our first sub-freezing temperatures of the season. However, we are looking forward to a dry Halloween. So we've got some rain out there right now. It will be gone by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. Let's take a closer look at some of the showers that are out there. All of Windham County basically wet right now. Brooklyn, we're seeing some rain in northern parts of New London County, but that rain will be filling in for southern areas here shortly as we move through the next half an hour to hour or so. We've got rain in Cromwell and Middletown and Brantford, and some of those showers will be pushing into Old Saybrook here as we head through the next half an hour or so. And you've got those showers extending all the way back through eastern Pennsylvania. Right now, temperatures are mostly in the 50s, but upper 40s for northwestern Connecticut. We're looking at overnight lows that'll be dipping back into the 30s as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. So there could be areas of patchy frost to start off the day, and we will start to see clearing after midnight tonight. Tomorrow is nice and bright, but despite all of that sunshine, temperatures just barely touch the 50-degree mark, and then we'll be falling back through the 40s as we head through trick-or-treat time tomorrow night. But at least we are dry for the kiddos out there, even if it will be chilly and getting cooler for the middle of the week. We'll show you the numbers coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, part of Route 34 in Orange is back open tonight after a deadly tractor-trailer crash early this morning. Fox 61's Angela Bavaro shows us what brought the morning rush to a slow crawl.
A very difficult morning commute as this closure and investigation stretched on for hour after hour. Route 34 closed in both directions between Grassy Hill Road and Racebrook Road. This crash involving a tractor trailer and another vehicle, the fire department says a person in that vehicle was the one who passed away. The driver of the tractor trailer was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Crews responding here around 4 o'clock this morning. The fire department says the tractor trailer was driving on Route 34 when it collided with that vehicle in the intersection with Orange Center Road. The tractor trailer then going off the road, hitting a telephone pole as well as a tree.
What we did initially, right away, we got a hold of the first selectman, let him know that there was going to be a traffic issue in the town. We got a hold of the Board of Education immediately, let them know that the school buses would have difficulty getting around to pick up children, and also teachers getting to work. And we did the best we can with social media.
What led up to this crash is still under investigation. Reporting in Orange, I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Angelo, thank you. Well, tonight, the Chesterfield Fire Company is mourning the loss of firefighter and paramedic Willis Sands. Sands was hit and killed while walking across Old Colchester Road in Salem last night after participating in the fire company's Trick or Trunk event. Willis had been a part of the emergency services community in Connecticut and New York for nearly 50 years. And police say the area where the crash happened was dark with no lighting or marked crosswalks. The driver was not injured and the crash remains under investigation.
Well, still to come.